Thank you, Isaac. It is time for your Animal Answers. We're joined live in studio this morning by Tiffany Burk from Bay Animal Hospital. Today's topic of discussion, why is my pet coughing? And more importantly, when is it an emergency? Good morning. Great to see you as always.
Good morning, Matt. You too.
I was hoping you'd bring the stuffed dog today, but not today. Right?
Oh, right. I know.
Well, first off, are pets like humans? Can they get colds and things like that?
Oh, gosh, for sure. Our pets can get sick just like you and I. Viruses, bacteria, they can arise for our dogs and cats just as easily for you and I. So I thought this would be a good season to talk about coughing because our dogs and cats can cough too. Bacteria, viruses, if they go to grooming facilities, boarding facilities, there's a lot of things that can lay latent there that you want to protect them against with their regular vaccines.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're susceptible just like us. So with that said, let's talk about what you typically see with coughing in animals. When should you be concerned?
Sure, that's a great question. So if your pet has been coughing for a long period of time and you're thinking they're just not their normal self, call your veterinarian. There are some chronic conditions that can develop over time that start very minimally and grow. Acute coughs, if they've never coughed and started coughing suddenly, difficulty breathing is your hallmark though. If they're really working to move that air,
Sure.
Their belly's moving more, their neck's outstretched, call your veterinarian. So if it's been going on for a week or longer, they're really working hard to move that air, or they're not eating well, perhaps they have a fever, you want to reach for that phone and call your veterinary team because it's never, it could be an emergency, but
Sure.
It could be a chronic condition.
Yeah, well, and I was going to ask you then, so is there such thing as a normal cough with a pet versus abnormal?
Coughing's never normal because the body, shouldn't have to cough more than it should. A cough is a response for your lungs to clear the airways. Oftentimes it's followed by a gag or retch. There are a lot of conditions that can cause coughing. Asthma, allergies, perhaps cancers or tumors. It could also be heartworm disease. There are so many different things that can cause your pet to cough. You really want to watch for the onset of symptoms, how long they're lasting, and is your pet bringing anything up when they're coughing? We will often ask, is it productive? They're bringing up something, or is it dry where
Right.
they're not bringing up something?
Is there anything else to keep in mind even for this time of year with the colder months?
Not necessarily. Sometimes the cold can exacerbate those airways just like it can for us, especially for asthma-like pets, because as they're breathing in air, that cold, dry air can irritate those lower airways, okay? So if your pet does have asthma, sometimes that can be exacerbated this time of year, but typically cold weather doesn't cause those things to worsen per se.
And then quickly, before we let you go here, what will you do then once the pet comes in to see you? What steps will you take to diagnose what's going on?
First, we start with a full, thorough history. We ask, when did this cough start? How long has it been going on for? We ask leading questions. Have you traveled with your pet to a state where maybe there's a fungus that's not where it is here in Michigan? And we also want to know, are they eating? Have you taken their temperatures or fever? We'll follow that up with a very thorough physical exam, nose to tail. We'll listen to the lungs. We'll listen to the heart. Not all coughing arises from airway disease. Some pets have heart issues that can cause their lungs to not function well. So we'll want to listen for murmurs. We'll also palpate the trachea. Some
So
coughs,
a lot of things to consider.
Oh my
are
goodness,
thorough.
yes. I have so much more to talk about, but
We're out of time,
we're out
TV
of time.
But you're always, we always learn something talking to you, Tiffany Burk, again from Bay Animal Hospital. There's the information on your screen, and we appreciate you keeping our pets healthy. Great to see you, and happy holidays.
You too, Matt.